Welcome to DeFi Live. My name is Brian Rose. I'm the founder and host of London Real, and this is our brand new program dedicated to everything known as DeFi or decentralized finance. This is a $9 trillion a year marketplace that's just waiting to be blown open, to be discovered. Today, I'm going to teach you how to profit from DeFi and what I'm calling the greatest dislocation of wealth in human history. It's happening right now. And today's show, I specifically want to talk about this, and this is a very serious issue. This is why the banks are our enemy and why it's time for you to take control of your finances with DeFi and crypto assets today. Let me repeat that. The banks are your enemy, and today is when you need to take control of your finances, and that's by understanding DeFi and crypto assets. I was on the phone with my mom last night, Betty Rose from San Diego, California. She's 76, and I was telling her about Bitcoin. I was telling her about Ethereum. She was writing everything down. She's watching my episode with Michael Saylor, the CEO of MicroStrategy. My mom owns 50 apartment units in San Diego, and now she's interested in investing in crypto because she sees it as digital property of the future. My question for you is, what are you waiting for? You've all seen the headlines. This is happening in 2021. Don't be one of those people who's going to be left behind. And again, we've seen the biggest rally that we've seen in months right now. Bitcoin is blasted through 41,000. Ethereum is blasted through 2,600. And the rumor is that Amazon will be accepting Bitcoin as payment by the end of the year. We know that Apple Pay is hiring positions right now for accepting crypto on their platforms. Imagine what happens when Google jumps in. Imagine what happens. Twitter has already invested heavily. They're already big into this space. And we've seen, like I said, the CEO of MicroStrategy, a massive publicly traded company that's put $3.5 billion worth of Bitcoin on their balance sheet. What happened to their stock price? It went up 5x, 10x, 20x. And as their CEO, Michael Saylor, said to me live on London Real, he said, Brian, it's built our profile up 100 times. He said, it's been the best move we've ever made. My question to you again is simple. When are you going to get involved? And what are you waiting for? I did a vlog today and I asked everyone, what are you waiting for? It feels like me back in 2019, back in 2020, when I heard everybody telling me that this was the future, but I wasn't taking action. Now, today, me and my entire team have gone all in on DeFi and crypto assets. For the next 10 years, we will be in this space. We will be teaching about this inside our DeFi Academy. And I just want as many people as possible to wake up to what's really going on in the banking sector and the governments, not to mention censorship, because when you finally wake up and notice, this will be the future. And again, I believe it's the greatest dislocation of wealth in human history. These are great times and these will be powerful times, but only if you get involved and get educated. And again, it's more than just you. It's a chance to finally give financial freedom back to the billions of what we call unbanked people in this world, people that don't have basic access to lending markets, basic access to borrowing markets. As I told my mom last night, I said, Mom, you and me, we can go get a loan from a bank. We can go invest in the stock market. What about that person in Kenya or Nairobi or Nigeria who can't even get a microloan for their business or for their farm, who can't even save some money in an asset besides their own local currency, which can be devalued, in their own business, which could be seized by a government? I'm talking about the billions of people out there that don't have the basic human right of financial freedom. This is what we're talking about, giving that back to them and empowering a whole, group of people in this world that just are not living the best life that they could. I think this is one of the last human rights that's being denied to people in the world, and we couldn't be more excited to be promoting it here on London Real and inside the DeFi Academy. But you have to understand DeFi and crypto assets if you want to trade it, if you want to build it and create this great infrastructure. And so today, I'm going to teach you three following things. The first is, I want to show you why the banks are your enemy and not your friend. And this is coming from a guy who worked 15 years in the banking industry. In 1993, I started my job at Bankers Trust on Wall Street. This was at One Liberty Plaza right next to the World Trade Center. I worked for the First National Bank of Chicago. I worked here in London for Intercapital. I did probably tens of thousands of transactions between all of the major global banks in the world over my 15-year history. And I saw what the banks do to their customers. And guess what? They do not do nice things to their customers. They are trying to rip out most of your money in every single transaction. Every time you walk into that marble floored lobby of your bank, every time you look at that very well-dressed teller in that beautiful building, you should ask yourself, who's paying for this? Guess what? You're paying for it, but you don't know how you're paying for it because they're ripping your throat out with all the transaction fees, all the hidden fees, everything that your bank does, and they're trying to stop crypto and DeFi from happening, and I want to talk about that today.